What's up, Mystic Nation? 85 Mystic Fire to renew Guys and Gals Black Clover chapter 147.
The end and beginning.
If I'm right. Let me check. Let me confirm that really quick. You know, there's a lot to talk about in this chapter. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Because there's some stuff that have to be said about the manga, you know. Yeah, it is the end and the beginning. And rightfully so. Alright, so the way the chapter begins is by the way it ended last week. And that is by Yami being, well, not really the way it ended last week. It's more like we were back at the Clover Kingdom, you know, having, like, the scenery of the fight between the Magic Emperor Julius versus Licht. You know, and Yami there as well. This time, you know, Julius is basically sort of like regretting that he couldn't do more for the kingdom, even though he died protecting the country. You know, he died protecting the people of the kingdom, because you can't rule a kingdom without the people. You know, so in that aspect, he was an amazing, you know, he was an amazing character, because, you know, he feels sympathy, and yet he saved people that he should not have saved, people that don't deserve to be saved. When I'm referring to some of the nobles, you know, because some of the nobles are a-holes, like it was shown in episode 20 and 21 of Black Clover, you know, as well as like the first commoner, which was Sora's father, was killed by nobles or by royals because they felt like, you know, they felt like he was just dirt. So in a way, Julius shouldn't really have sacrificed himself to save the people. But anyways, that's just me rambling on about stuff that I have seen in the comment section below. People saying, "Oh, they were so anticlimactic. Black Clover is trash. They didn't know how to deal with an overpowered character that can control time. You know, so they kill him the worst way possible." I'm like, okay, sure. Just because it's a shonen manga, you think that the leader of a country, or like the strongest of a country, has to go out just, you know, in an amazing fight. He won in a grandiose way by protecting the people of his kingdom, because you cannot have a kingdom without the people. Come on now, people, think about it for a second. But anyways, yeah, that's how it is. He leaves everything in Yami's hands basically, and Yami says, "Yes, sir." At first, he was a bit of like reluctant to accept it. He didn't want Julius to die. And we get a bit of Yami's like background story, a bit, you know, like his past, when he first came into the Clover Kingdom, and the first person to actually talk to him was Julius. You know, Julius taught him many things while he was at the Clover Kingdom. Basically, it was Julius who asked him to go and see the Magic Knights. Maybe he gonna learn something. He even taught him how to write, how his name was written in you know, where they were and everything. So, you know, and they even fought together on the same squad, which was the Azure Deer. You know, Julius was the captain at that time, and then Yami was number 2 basically, because after that he became, you know, he rose up the ranks, or I don't think he was number 2. Maybe he was like number 3 or something. But he rose through the ranks to become a captain himself. So, you know, in that aspect, it was good. After that, we'll go to the Minasan's base, where Juno, you know, Juno is going to like to the center of everything. Where and there they see a character, you know, standing in like in a ball full of magic. You know, that is a lot of magic. And Juno says something along the lines of, "Whoever our opponent is now, I will not lose." You know, so I feel like that is some foreshadowing of Juno's losing and becoming something different. I don't think he's gonna turn evil like villain, because that would just go like the Naruto route. Well, people compare it to Naruto, yes, you know, that would actually like make it seem as a Naruto, you know, as a Naruto copy. But it depends on how it's handled after Juno becomes an enemy or like leaves the Clover Kingdom. So, you know, I shouldn't have said that yes yet, because it is how it's handled, not how it happened. That's what I should say. yeah, so there's a character, you know, and the character has 4 dots on his forehead, with 2 lines going above it, like this, basically, and 4 dots in his forehead, and 2 marks on here. So my first thought was, okay, so this must be Licht's real body, and I thought of that after what happened, because they went back to the skull, and the skull is where the tablet is, which I guess it was put there after Julius found out where they had it first, like when they attacked the Clover Kingdom, and which is what is the arc right now in the anime, you know. So I feel like that's how it is at the moment, because they moved it there so it can be found, especially since after that's in train anymore there. When I first saw it, I was like, wait, how come I never saw it if he was most of the time training there, you know? But then I realized that he wasn't there. It was more like he was transported there when Julius found their hiding spot where Leon got hurt, you know, and all that. So let's see. After that, though, we go back to the skull, like I was saying, and there's some lines that Licht said himself here that really caught my attention, you know, and my interest on it. And those lines I'm gonna read them right now, just so you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. I mean, basically, he put the first stone in it, and then he says, "When I start this final magic stone into place, it will summon forth the true power of the Tree of Life monument." Basically, Yggdrasil, or Yggdrasil. Yeah, and this is the Baltos, Rage, and Sally are there with him. They're humans, mind you. They're humans. Yes, alas, the time has come, Master Lich. That is Baltos speaking. This is Rage. And now a great magic power shall awaken within we, chosen ones of Mana, right? And then we'll finally be able to show those damn magic knights what our power truly is. Right? And then now it's Lich talking back again. You've all worked hard until now. Thank you for all you've done. I am proud of each and every one of you. At long last, the time has come to achieve our longest of desires. We shall be reborn into our true forms and create our own country. Now, that line right there, you know, told me basically that all the elves are gonna come back to life with the Yggdrasil. If you don't know what the Yggdrasil tree is, it's basically the tree of life. That's what it's always been depicted as in every video game that you play. If you play Dragon Quest, you should know that it's what it's depicted as because even in Yggdrasil it brings you back to life in the games, and that is basically what it is. That's just what it does in any story that you, well, not in every story, but in most stories that's what it basically is. That is what you can find it as. So now, just so you know. And I feel like this one speech, he's talking to the souls inside of the humans, like Sally, Rage, and Baltos, basically. I don't think he's talking to the humans because of the lines he says afterwards. Here it is. Up until now, those have been the words of the leader of the Eye of Midnight Sons, Licht, right? Or Lich. Come on, load, 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 load. It's loading, people. How was your week, people? You know, it's been a while since I've actually been on time when it comes to reviews. I've been busy, people, but I think that has finally changed. You know, I think that's finally changed. I just need this to load so that I can talk. Oh, it loaded, haha. And starting now, I will express my true feelings. My true feelings it's in bold letters, basically referring that there's something more, you know, some foreshadowing here, right? So this is Licht speaking still. You are all twisted with greed and selfish to no end. Though you readily bring harm to others, you only focus on your own pain. For such worthless reasons, you discriminate amongst your fellow humans. You hate and envy and covet. And by turning your own weakness and sins into blind devotion for something you hope to justify them, all of it, every last thing, it's all done for your own selfish selves. Or filthy selves, basically. That's what I said. Filthy. Not selfish. Filthy selves. As I thought, all of you humans are selfish to no end. Such foolish, disgusting existences. You shall become foundation for rebirth. And after that, he put the stones in. We get they move to the base. Their base. Their base is basically close to the Clover Kingdom. Like, you know where the skull is? Like, it's full of mountains like that. Basically, their base is right behind those mountains. Which you know, it's sort of convenient if you ask me, but hey, not complaining. Right? After that, they go to it. One thing that caught my interest though before they moved up to the skull where the monument is the bell recognized who it was, who the person was, just standing there with all that mana. Like, well, yes, he was unconscious, like if he was like he's sleeping, it's like he was dead. And my assumption is that he is the guy who, the actual owner of Asta's blades. I don't know if that's actually Licht or somebody else. If it's somebody else, then hey, Black Clover just got 10 times better because a lot of other stuff are about to happen. So yeah. Then to that, they move to the base, and the entity that was in all the mana starts to come out, right? And his design is actually pretty cool. Like, he has white with black, like one side is like a long sleeve black shirt, while the other one is nothing. Like, he doesn't have any sleeve on the other, or it's a white. Yeah, it's a white sleeve. My bad, I didn't see. It's a white sleeve. So it's kind of like he's a badass though. It's kind of like he's Licht 2.0. We don't know who he is just yet, but Bell, like I said, Bell seems to know who it is. So there's some fight. There's a lot of fights about to come on. Like a big fight's about to happen. And that's what also Julius has said after his mark disappears from his. I think that mark just represents who the Magic Emperor is going to be. I don't know if it has something more to do with it, but that just says he had enough magic power to kill all the humans. He did not use the magic stones. That means he had enough power to kill all the civilians in the kingdom, which means that his true plan would be something else entirely, and that there's a great battle about to happen in this land. So that's foreshadowing, people, if you didn't know. Yeah, he comes out, and as soon as he's opened his eyes, he seems like a lot of magic is in his eyes. Like, he's omnipotent, based more sort of less. Like, it's like sort of like omnipotent. Omnipotent means basically sort of like a god. But yeah, and then Mimosa says, "This terrifying magic power. This can be human. Everyone, we need to pull back for." I think he's about to say for now. But then Juno has activated his magic power, or maybe he's getting a power up. So people are saying maybe Juno is an elf, because as soon as the Leech unlocked the monument, Juno got this cloak of magic, and the other guy came out of it. So people are saying that maybe he's being taken over, but that is impossible because there's an actual character, right? Not character, but there's an actual person with a soul in there. So why would he gain by possessing Juno when he has his actual power here? He being an elf, he's not like Lich, which Lich is basically more like tied down by being inside of William, since he can use 100% of his powers, and he's an elf and William is a human, meaning that the magic outcome or the magic output of William is not enough for William in itself, yeah, that's it. An event that shakes the kingdom and his magic knights to their very core, and that's the end of it, people. So Black Clover seems to be getting better and better. And yeah, people are pissed off because, oh my god, that was a kid they're not going to allow. He just died a worthless death. There was no point in killing him. He should have survived. Like, he should have taken an injury and then, or like he shouldn't be currently hurt, and then at that last moment be restored to health, and then 30 chapters later die fighting against the demon. I'm like, dude, think about everything that he did. Like, he saved his kingdom people. Like, you can't have a kingdom without the people. So what would be the point of him sacrificing everybody else and him surviving if there's actually no kingdom to rule? No, there's no actual kingdom to protect anymore. So what would be the point? Think about that for a second, people. Instead of having your, oh, this is a shonen manga, each all should be about battling. The strongest fighter should go. If they're gonna die, they should go all out. They should have the biggest fight of them all. I'm like, sure, whatever you say. But yeah, that's it. Like, the chapter 147, my dudes, was amazing. I like it. I really cannot contain my hype for next chapter. Maybe something's gonna happen with Juno. Maybe Juno's gonna go bad. If he does, though, I hope he's handled right. And I don't think. I mean, if Asta and Juno fight at this moment, I think Asta's gonna go. I think it's likely that Asta is going to go berserk. Like, his demon transformation is gonna go berserk, and Juno gonna have to fight him at that moment. Then Juno's gonna go. Juno's gonna go away because Asta is stronger than Juno. Even with his new transformation, that is a spirit dive. So see. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not so sure that's how it's gonna go. But anyways, thank you so much for my content, guys. See you guys and gals tomorrow for 7 Deadly Sins. I'll try and do every video of this. Excuse me. 7 Deadly Sins tomorrow, since episode 8 comes out tomorrow. Right? Yeah, episode 8 comes out tomorrow. So I'll try to do everything everything related to 7 Deadly Sins tomorrow. But first of all, it's gonna be episode 6 and 7 review, and then episode 8, to actually be caught up and everything. And then it's gonna be manga chapter 255 and 255 and 256. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for my content. I'll see you guys and girls tomorrow for other 7 Deadly Sins content. I might go live later on Twitch, because I have to get on the grind for Twitch now. I'm gonna still live stream on YouTube. It's just gonna be more like for the anime and the RPG and the JRPGs games, like from Japan and all that. That's what I'm leaving the channel for. As well as some acting later on when I have the actual right equipment. But for now, that's the plan that I have. Twitch is gonna be the next platform when I'm gonna live stream all the the violent games and whatnot. But yeah. Thank you so much for checking my content, guys. I'll see you guys and gals tomorrow, like I've mentioned. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and hit that notification bell. Also, when Dragon Ball Super ends, I'm gonna do my thoughts on the entire series as a whole. Then I'm gonna start reviewing the manga, because the manga, it's somewhat better than the actual anime. As well as Blue Exorcist, because those are monthly series, meaning I can do them without them really affecting my schedule. So yeah, thank you so much for coming once again. I'll see you guys and gals later. Peace, people.